Most people move through life in a fog, thinking their thoughts are private. They aren't. Every human being is a broadcast station, constantly leaking their intentions through tells they don't even know they have. They think their inner world is a secret, a fortress. But it's more like a radio tower, sending out signals 24/7. Your posture, the rhythm of your speech, the tiny movements around your eyes, these aren't random. They are data points. And for someone who knows how to listen, they tell a story you never intended to share. We're taught to listen to words, but the real conversation is happening on a completely different channel. It's in the hesitation before an answer, the slight shift in weight from one foot to the other, the way someone's smile doesn't quite reach their eyes. These are the tells, the glitches in the matrix of human interaction. And they are everywhere, all the time, for anyone willing to pay attention. You're about to become one of those people. By the time you finish this video, you won't just be watching people, you'll be decoding them. This is social engineering. It's the art of gathering intel without the other person ever realizing a game is being played. This isn't about manipulation for its own sake. It's about understanding the hidden language of human behavior. It's about seeing the architecture of influence that governs our world. From a simple negotiation to a high-stakes interrogation, it's a skill set that operates in the shadows of conversation. And once you learn the rules, you'll start to see how often they're used against you. This is your chance to step behind the curtain. So, where do we begin? Before you can spot a lie, you have to know what their truth looks like. This is the baseline. The baseline is a person's normal state of being. It's their default setting. How do they blink when relaxed? Where do their hands go when they're just chatting? What's the normal pace of their breathing? If you don't know their 0 point, you'll mistake a nervous habit for a guilty one. You'll misread anxiety as deception. A person who naturally fidgets will fidget, whether they're talking about the weather or a lie. A person who avoids eye contact might just be shy, not deceptive. The baseline is your control group, your anchor in the chaotic sea of human behavior. Without it, every observation is just a guess. So how do you establish it? You calibrate. Ask low-stakes questions first. Is the coffee good? How was the drive? Did you catch the game last night? You aren't being friendly. You are calibrating. Your goal here isn't the information in their answers. The answers are irrelevant. You're watching their body. Observe how they react when there is zero pressure. This is their truth pattern. Notice the cadence of their speech, the position of their feet, the way their shoulders sit. Store this data. You are building a behavioral map in real time. Once the baseline is set, any deviation becomes a flashing red light. A sudden change in posture, a shift in vocal tone, a gesture that doesn't fit the pattern. That's where you dig. That's the signal that you've hit something important. Now let's hunt for the lie. When a brain is forced to fabricate a story, it experiences cognitive load. Lying is hard work. The brain has to suppress the truth, invent a new reality, maintain it, and monitor your reaction all at once. This mental effort leaks out in physical tells. One of the most common is the eye-blocking reflex. If someone squints, closes their eyes for a fraction too long, or looks away the second a hard question is asked, they are subconsciously trying to delete the threat. They are blocking you out. It's a primal instinct to shield the brain from an incoming attack, which, in this case, is your question. It's not a surefire sign of a lie, but it's a massive indicator of stress. Pair this with the turtling effect. Watch their shoulders. When a person feels cornered or accused, their shoulders will often rise toward their ears, and their head may retract slightly. Their body is trying to protect their neck. It's a primal reaction to being hunted, a subconscious attempt to make themselves a smaller target. When you see eye blocking combined with turtling, you're no longer just observing, you're on the hunt. You've found their weakness. You've asked a question that their brain has flagged as a direct threat. They are now in defense mode, and their body is betraying the mental stress they are under. The mask of composure is starting to crack, so you have identified a point of weakness. How do you exploit it to get the truth? You use the forced silence. After they answer a difficult question, especially if their answer was weak or evasive, don't speak. Just look at them for 3 seconds too long. Don't nod, don't agree, don't say okay. Just maintain eye contact and wait. 3 seconds of silence in a normal conversation feels like an eternity. Silence is so painful that they will keep talking to fill the air. They will feel an overwhelming urge to justify, to elaborate, to explain away the awkwardness. And that is when the truth slips out. They'll start adding details that don't line up. They'll contradict themselves. They'll offer information you never even asked for. Why does this work? Because you are making them the architect of their own exposure. They feel an overwhelming need to justify themselves, to convince you, and more importantly, to convince themselves. Let them. Every word is a piece of the puzzle. You're not interrogating them. You're creating a vacuum that they are desperate to fill. They will feel like they are in control, that they are choosing to speak. But in reality, you've engineered the situation so that their only option is to reveal more. You're not breaking down the door. You're letting them open it for you, piece by piece, until the entire structure collapses. Now, for the final level. All of this knowledge is useless if you yourself are an open book. The ultimate goal is to become unreadable yourself. Master your own baseline. This means consciously controlling your own tells. Practice keeping your hands still, perhaps clasped in your lap or resting on a table. Keep your posture open and relaxed, even when you're applying pressure. Control your breathing. When you control your output, you become a ghost in their machine. They're trying to read you just as you're reading them. But if you give them no data, no reactions, no emotional spikes, their own anxiety will increase. They won't know if they're succeeding or failing, and this uncertainty amplifies their need to talk, to please, to explain. Becoming unreadable is your armor. It allows you to operate without being detected. Knowledge is protection. Once you see the strings, you can never be a puppet again. Understanding these principles of social engineering doesn't just let you read others. It immunizes you from being manipulated yourself. You'll start to notice these techniques being used everywhere, in advertising, in negotiations, in your daily interactions. You'll see the forced silences, the baseline calibrations, the subtle probes. The world will never look the same. You'll see the code running beneath the surface of reality. Subscribe if you're ready to see the world for what it really is. Thanks for watching.